You may have heard of the line, Dr. Livingston, I presume, but what's the deal with this? So, in the early 1870s, a Scottish missionary and explorer, David Livingston, was busy exploring Africa and apparently disappeared. During this time, the Western world was also fascinated with the African continent, especially with exploring and mapping its interior. So, the New York Herald sent one of its journalists, Henry Morton Stanley, to go and find out if Dr. Livingston was still alive. After quite a bit of traveling, on the 10th of November 1871, Stanley arrived in the town of Ujiji in modern-day Tanzania. When he got there, he saw one white man, and going up to him, apparently tipped his hat and said, "Dr. Livingston, I presume," to which the person he was speaking to confirmed that it was in fact him, David Livingston. This account then made it into Stanley's article, which he wrote when he got back to America, an article that actually gained him a whole lot of fame. This being said, the authenticity of these claims is questioned. This is because Stanley actually ripped out the pages in his diary that covered this day, so people aren't exactly sure what happened, even though he wrote the newspaper report saying this is what happened. And Livingston then wrote some letters later on and didn't mention this, so people aren't 100% sure if this is actually what was said. It is also thought that Stanley made this very formal greeting as a way to hide his own embarrassment. However, we don't have loads of proof for that. All of this aside, this account did create huge excitement in the West and made people even more fascinated in the African continent and wanting to actually now actively go and explore it. Later on in his life, Henry Stanley worked for the Belgian King Leopold II in mapping the Congo River, the interior of the continent, and this paved the way for the Belgian colonization of the Congo, an incredibly dark time of colonization in that area. So this entire event is probably fantasized a bit, but it is incredibly famous. Let me know in the comments if there are any other historical events you know of that, although they are incredibly famous, could also be quite a lot of fantasy thrown in.